So let me tell you why full-time jobs in the media space just completely suck. The reason is because they have you be a yes man that does absolutely everything. If you get hired as a video production specialist or a content designer or a content specialist or even in some videography roles, you're going to be doing like literally everything. Now that's not to say there are not some good jobs out there. I know people who love shooting news, or maybe they're working for a YouTuber or an agency that's like treats them really good, and maybe they are working for other people that maybe understand the video space a little bit more, but most video jobs are just absolutely horrible. Now, why do I say that? Because I feel like if you are going to get a corporate job and become a corporate person, then you should just go work in tech or anything, or tech or finance or something, where you could at least get paid like a lot of money. When you take a video related or video adjacent role, you're gonna pay the passion tax. So you're mostly going to get paid like around the ballpark of $60,000 a year, which is fine. Like, that's not horrible, but if you just did another career within the corporate space, you would make just so much more money, and your job is probably going to be just as intense. At least if you're in tech, for example, or even something like that, you have a team. A lot of times when you get these video jobs, it's like they want you to do everything, and the teams are much smaller, so there's just a lot more on your plate. So I feel like if you are gonna go the corporate route, you might as well just do like a non-video, non-marketing job. Also, the competition is really big, so that means you're just going to apply endlessly. You're going to apply a lot. You're going to just get paid decent with a wall. You're gonna also reach a wall. I guess you could work your way up to being like a creative director or something, and then that's when you get into the six-figure range. That'll be like one person that's a creative director. There's one person making money, and then everybody else is just kind of schlepping it up and doing a bunch of like tasks and stuff, and they're not making like an exorbitant amount of money. So in my personal opinion, if you want to go the corporate route, do a not video job, and then like go into IT or something, and then have your video stuff be like a thing that you do on the side, and invest in gear and all that, like just on the side more as like a hobby, or just even doing gigs on the weekends, etc. I've never really met a ton of video people that are doing full-time jobs and they're happy. And I think it's because, yes, you pay the passion tax, the teams are smaller, there's not that much of a need. A lot gets put on the plate of one person. If you get hired as a video person, don't be fooled. Like, you're gonna be doing graphics, you're gonna be doing photo, you're gonna be doing like just anything. They're going to come up to you and tell you like, oh, we're filming TikToks now. And then it's like, okay, now I guess we're filming TikToks. I don't even, and if you're not like a chronically online like me, then you probably are like, I don't want to do that. I guess I have met some people that are happy in the full-time jobs, but it's pretty rare. Like, I would say it's more rare than not. Other careers, I feel like people are a little bit generally more valued and higher paid, so they kind of are just more down to, and it makes more sense to do full-times for those people. Freelance is hard, okay. It's like it's very hard. It's like a emotional roller coaster that you're constantly on. You'll have weeks where the phone is ringing constantly, and then you'll have weeks where not a peep, sometimes even months. It's really stressful, and so if you can't handle that stress, I wouldn't recommend freelancing, or freelancing is like a total emotional roller coaster. And yes, you can kind of work your way up to where you're more of like a video business, and then that kind of builds some consistency when you're able to do retainer clients and that sort of thing. For the most part, freelance is extremely stressful. So those are basically the two paths. You might as well do the one where you have more control over your schedule and over what you're doing and all that stuff. I think that freelancing in general is better in the media space. My recommendations would be to either freelance and try to do that, or get a job in something else and do it more as like a side hustle or whatnot. Because otherwise it's really hard to have like a career in video, because there's not that much mobility really. It's like I was saying, it's like you go and you can be in a team, like an agency or any of that, right? And then there will be one creative director, so that's the one upward mobility. So you basically kind of, especially you kind of have to like wait for that person to die or something, because there's like they're not building multiple teams. I mean, and then the big productions, like things like shows and movies and stuff like that, where it's like bigger productions and bigger teams. Those are all freelance, and I feel like you kind of shoot yourself in the foot by doing a media job, though I can relate to wanting the consistency and wanting to just do something and wanting to put yourself out there and like just get a paycheck. I understand that feeling, but I guess I would just recommend that if you're gonna go that route, you just do like a non-media job, where if you're gonna do it just because it's a job, you might as well do a non-media job, because you're probably going to have a better time with that, in my opinion, in my experience. I don't know, other people are different, but those are my 2 cents. Let me know what you think.